Hi, today we will learn Dutch or Netherlands about drink from orange and other kind of fruit and mix of other stuff. Let's start it. First of all, in Indonesia, when we say juice, it is more into blender juice, so we also drink the fleshy or the flesh of the fruit. We don't strain it. But in the Netherlands or in America or abroad, when we say juice, is the clear one or the liquid one, because you kind of strained it, so you don't drink the mousse or the puree. In Indonesia, it's more into blender juice, but in other countries like USA or Netherlands, more into clear juice or liquid one. But lately, when we say juice, mostly when you make it by yourself, you also drink the puree, or you don't filter it, you don't strain it. Orange juice in Dutch is sinaasappelsap. Juice is sap. Orange is sinaasappel. Sinaas is China. China, so it's apple from China. Sinaasappel. Sap. Orange juice, but in Dutch you put it in one word. Tomato, tomaat. Tomato juice, tomatensap, one word. Pineapple juice, ananassap. Grape juice, druivensap, one word. Popsicle is ice lolly. Ice, lolly. But we write it in one word, ice lolly. If you want to say with this fruit, this is watermelon, but in Dutch you read it as watermeloen. Or strawberry, aardbei. Watermeloen ice lolly or aardbei ice lolly. You cannot put something as sap if it's not 100% fruit, made from fruit. Because if it's not 100%, you have to call it with other words, which is, for example, this one, drank is drink, so fruit drink. Vruchten, drank, one word. Drank is drink, vruchten is fruit. Or you can also say it as fruit drink. So you can say drink or drank, or this one is fruit drink. We will go here first. In Dutch, syrup is siroop. This one is raspberry, frambozen, syrup, raspberry syrup. But in Dutch, you put it in one word. There's interesting fact that in Indonesia, strawberry is strawberry, in Dutch is arbay. But in Indonesia, we also have arbay. But arbay is raspberry, or in Dutch is frambozen. And in English is syrup, in Dutch siroop. In Indonesia, the formal one is siroop, but the informal one, or we say it often, syrup. I will go back here. So sometimes you get the ingredients when it's not 100% fruit. We can see that it's drink, met, with. And then I put the dots here right next to the word, because it will be one word. You put fruit here, any kind of that you think it will be make the drink. It will be one word together with this one, extract. And you put the fruit, any kind of, with this one, smaak, taste or flavor. Sometimes in Dutch, you can find mixed flavors that I found it interesting. Sometimes I try. Duo, drank, duo, drink. For example, sinaasappel and perzik, orange and peach. Perzik. In Indonesian language, you just have to change this Z into S, but we read it instead of perzik, we read it as persik. Yes, peach. Or sometimes orange, sinaasappel, and banana. Or mango. This one we read it same like in English, mango. And Juanabana. Sometimes Juanabana, but sometimes it's also zuurzak, one word. Zuurzak. In English, sour soup. Sour, zak is bag, yeah, bag, pack, bag. Zuurzak, bag or pack, that's sour. Zuurzak or sack. In English, we also have a sack. In Indonesian language, sirsak. As we can see here, we put sap, it becomes one word. Vruchten, sap, fruit juice, met, with, and then the dots here, close or next to the word after, because we will put it in one word. After you put any kind of fruit that you want to put it here, it's made of the fruit and then sap, juice, or puree, or sap, juice again. You can say sap when it's 100% made of or from fruit. And sometimes we also, instead of using this or this, we use this. Apple nectar. Same with English, nectar. Fruit drink. Out from. Sap concentrate, one word. Sap is juice, concentrate, one word. Vrucht, gehalte, the percentage or the amount of fruit. Ten minste, at least. 50%, 50%. That's why we cannot call it as sap, because it's 50%. Even though if you make it from concentrate or from the concentrate or the extract, and then you add water, they do the calculation if it's really make 100% like real fruit. When they add the liquid one, not much more than the natural one, it means it still can be called as sap. So they count on the concentrate and how much water if they want to make it the liquid again. But if they add much more water that is needed, you cannot call it as sap anymore. And now we will go to this one. When you have orange juice, sometimes you have with pulp, sometimes without. With is matte. The pulp itself, sometimes you call it as pulp, sometimes you call it as vruchtvlees. If without, you say it, or you read it as zonder, without. Sachet, zakje. Zak can be sack or bag or pack, but you add the y, so it's a small one, small bag, small pack, small sack, zakje. And powder, poeder. Spoon is lepel, but sometimes we use small one, so we add the ch, lepeltje, small spoon. Straw in Dutch is rietje. Riet is the plant, reed in English, in Dutch riet, but it's a small one, rietje. So, straw in Dutch, rietje. A version of small reed. Artificial sweetener, kunstmatige, one word. Kunst itself is art or fake or artificial. Kunstmatige, artificial. Zoet, sweet. Zoetstoffen, sweetener. Kunstmatige zoetstoffen, artificial sweetener. And now in English you have cloudy apple juice. In Dutch we have troebel appelsap. Apple juice, you put it in 2 words. In Dutch, 1 word, appelsap. Cloudy, troebel. And moose, puree, it's the same in English. You have also the same. We'll go here. Appelsap, apple juice. Apple compote, in Dutch, the same, but you put it in 1 word, apple compote. This one also the same, but in Dutch, you put in 1 word, apple puree. Or you have the version, the sauce or the puree the version of Dutch version, Dutch style, we name it as appelmoes, or we can translate it as applesauce. In English, you can put it into one word or separate it into two words. Appelmoes, apple puree, apple compote, apple sap. And we also have apple pie in English or apple tart, but most of the time we call it as apple pie. In Dutch is apple taart, one word for apple pie. Even though the tart itself is cake. So if you say apple tart, it means apple pie. But if you say tart, it means cake. In Indonesian language, we have tart or kue tart. Sometimes we use the kue, cookie, but when you say kue tart, it means cake. If you say tart, it's also cake. Similar with Dutch or same with Dutch, tart, cake. But this is not a formal one, because a formal one is bolu. But we use this for for a really long time, tart, cake. But it's not a formal one. The formal one is bolu, to say cake. And they have pastel color and they have pastel food in Portugal and in other countries. In Indonesia, we also have the food pastel. Sometimes we say pastel. Sometimes we say it with kue, cookie, even though it's not cookie, but we say it with kue pastel, or just pastel. Or sometimes we also add the goreng, fried, pastel goreng, fried pastel. In other countries, we call it also as pastel, but in Dutch, we call it as pastai. Pastai. In Indonesia, pastel. In Dutch, pastai. Last one, paper cup, papieren beker. Paper cup. Cup made of paper. Papieren. Or we can also say it like this one, wegooi beker. Weg is go, or can also away, can also road. Gooi, throw. Beker, cup. One word, wegooi beker. Or the plastic one, you can say plastic beker. Plastic beker. Or the disposable one, wegwerp. Wegwerp, plastic beker. Disposable plastic cup. Thank you.